Today we have with us Barry Kassane, one of Marwa's life members. Barry's going to talk to us about investigations. So, Barry, firstly, why is it important for teachers to provide opportunities for students to investigate?
Well, Paula, I think the biggest reason is that if we don't do that, they won't have those opportunities. They won't get them at home, they won't get them with their parents, they won't get them outside with their friends, they won't get them on television, they won't get them in the newspaper. If we don't do it, it doesn't happen. So why does it matter? I guess I would like students to end their schooling with a good understanding of what mathematics is, and indeed also what it isn't. How to think about what it is means you have to have some experience at actually doing it. There's a lot of talk about STEM these days, which I think is almost a little bit of a bandwagon in the worst cases, but STEM presents a perspective about mathematics that it's something that's really useful for doing things outside mathematics itself, and that's an important perspective. But that's not the only perspective. I'd like students to understand, what is mathematics like? How does it work? What do people do when they do mathematics? How did the teacher learn that stuff that she's learned, that she seems to understand so well? And what it's like is not like it is in textbooks, or not like a slick teacher might present it to be. It's messy, it's disorganised, but it's enormously interesting and enormously satisfying and exhilarating. So students won't learn about what mathematics is unless they get involved in investigation in some way or other. They won't learn why proof is important. Proof is what makes mathematics different from everything else. How do people using mathematics decide that something is true? It's different from how it is elsewhere. It's different from the sciences where you go out and check the world and check your hypotheses. It's different from the world of politics or literature or economics, where people rely on argument to some extent. It's a particular kind of ways of thinking about the world, and you can't learn about that except, in my view at least, by actually trying to do it. Trying to say, why is this the case? How do I know for sure against people who are doubting what I'm thinking and what I'm claiming? So it's really important that students get some feel for that over the course of their schooling. The feel for it will vary a great deal from little kids in the early part of primary school to kids in the upper end of secondary school. Of course, it will become more sophisticated, but the view that mathematics is more than just somebody telling you how to do something and then you doing it for yourself is absolutely central to the idea of mathematical investigation. So that's why I have always been interested in it. I think that before we had terms like mathematical investigation, many people had a sense that that's what is important for mathematics. That's why it's been a significant part of our Western cultural, intellectual heritage for 2,500 years. It's an important part of the heritage in other cultures as well, of course. That there's something about mathematics that makes it different from other things. And it really pains me to see, and indeed to meet, many adults and many students who've left school who never actually understood that mathematics was just something that you were asked to do because you were at school and you had to do it because there's a test next week, and you do lots of things like that, and it has no substantial effect on your long-term way of thinking about the world. So that's what always got me excited about mathematics, and hence excited about mathematical investigation. So I think the argument is very important for the essential nature of mathematics. That's a long-winded answer to a short question.
Thank you very much, Barry. That was great.